friend Steve. Hello, how's everyone doing? Doing video again. I think I might just do video from now on because I enjoy it. It's Thanksgiving week, people. Hello, how's everyone doing? How's everyone mental health on Thanksgiving week? Mine is stressful. I don't know. I'd always find holidays to be very stressful. I think it's my growing up. It was just always stressful in my house on Thanksgiving and Christmas, especially Christmas. I don't know. My family, we're a loving family, but a very stressful family. Like everything's like, things aren't going well. It's always like, Chicken Little with my mom and sister. Which always puts more anxiety on me. I feel like I've had anxiety my whole life. I just didn't know what it was called. Pit in my stomach, someone sitting on my chest, my whole life. And it's just over like the littlest things, but holidays is just stressful. It should be literally about being thankful. But it's never is. It's always, family's just the best and worst. It really is. Especially if you have to go somewhere. Like I just have to go to my mom's. My sister cooks, and I just show up and I eat. But then it's usually like, oh, you look like you've gained weight. Are you really gonna have that second helping? It's like, okay. But yeah, it's good. I like this. I love my family. I do. I love my family. They're just. It's like I have two moms though. It's like my sister is my second mom, and my mom's my mom. But that's just the dynamic we have. It's just the way it is. But it's fine. Other than that, I'm good. Not stressed. Waking up every day, I feel very relaxed. Feels good. Feel good to be alive, which is always a good thing. Always good to be thankful to be alive. Every day you wake up, thank your God or whatever you want to thank. Because you got another day. It's like Ebenezer Scrooge, like that dude. That's also a weird story, by the way. It really, to me, the point is you can be as shitty as you want, but you'll still get another chance to not be shitty anymore. Because he spent like his whole life being shitty. He was a shitty ass person for a long time, and then he gave one kid a ham for Christmas, and then everything was forgiven. I don't know about that. I mean, maybe that the story kept going and he kept being a better person, which should be the moral of the story, is be a better person forever. Just don't be a good person because, see, then that's also my thing with Christianity, is how am I going to phrase this? You're being a good person because you think there's an end goal, right? Like, you're only being a good person because you think that's going to get you in the club with Jesus, with your main man, Jay. And I find that to be disconcerting, dishonest, and other diswords. Maybe I had a stroke, I don't know. I just feel like you should just be a good person to be a good person. You shouldn't have a goal. You shouldn't have, an incentive to be a good person. Maybe that's just me. Maybe if you're a good person, you're just a good person. It doesn't matter if you're doing it because you want to be in the club with G or you want to just be a good person. But I just feel like that's the main issue. I have a few issues with conformed religion or, organized religion. Also, why do you need a big-ass church? Just, Jesus. Do you think Jesus won't pick up your phone if you're praying from a shack? I think Jesus got multiple landlines. He's cool. Like, God's like, what's up? I'm cool. Like, you don't have to be in a big-ass church. See, that's where I think greed comes in, and that's a deadly sin. I don't know if you know this. Like, if you're a pastor or a priest, you shouldn't be, like, rolling up to your job with, like, a Porsche. I don't know why I'm doing this. There's no one here. My dog's making a bunch of noise. He's, being a little bit of a stinker. Ollie, get out of the trash. Ollie! Sorry. Didn't mean to yell in front of you. He's doing something. He's a beagle. He just likes to get into shit. He loves shit. Just literal shit, too. He's the best, but also kind of the worst. Oh, man, what a close-up. I'm drinking by the way, drink your water, people. This is a big-ass thing. This isn't like a photo. This isn't like magic or anything. This is literally that big. Look, it's almost. I have a big ass head too. Good lord. Mm. And then like look at it. It's like, hey man, good morning. Hydrate yourself. You're going to be pissing all day. Pretty much that's all my life is going to be. Gallon a day. I'm doing the 75-day challenge. I'm pre-gaming it. I'm doing a pre-game. I will be pissing all day. I'm cold. I'm never cold. I don't know. I might be getting sick. Sick of this shit. Nah, I'm good. But I don't know. It's just I don't like just be a good person to be a good person. I don't know. I feel like that's like you think you're getting like a punch card. Like the fifth time you come in here you get a sub, and then like the sub's internal life. Like why can't you just do it to do it? Like give that dollar to that homeless person. Don't do it because you think you're gonna be in the club with Jay. I mean, just do it because it makes you feel good. Like doing nice things makes me feel good. But then again, that's also selfish. I do things because it makes me feel good. Does that mean it's not a good thing to do? I don't know. It just makes me feel good. Like me making someone laugh. I have a comedy boner. That's like my favorite thing to do. I'm like so thankful I was born not a good looking man and I had to rely on my personality to get pussy, because that really, really drives me now. It's like, you know what? I'm so glad I wasn't born very, very... I was actually a pretty good-looking kid. If you ever see pictures of me, I look like a little Hitler wet dream. Like a little blonde, I think I had green eyes. So I'm like, oh, hey, Hitler, don't notice the eyes. They were majestic, though. But yeah, it was like a very little, like, Hitler was like, oh, he was like, oh, I need to make a boy that looks like, oh, that's the boy. It was like I was in his dreams. Ugh, isn't it weird to be in Hitler's dreams? I imagine those are horrible dreams. Though, me and Hitler probably had the same taste in women, though. His women, he liked his women thick. He liked them thicken. For the dickin'? Oh, hello, Oliver. You're a good boy. Look, you can see his little taily. Little shadow boy. But yeah, maybe that sounded good. Oh, he's coming in. Ollie, you're on YouTube. Say hello, Ollie. Hello, Oliver. He's a good boy. You're a good boy. So yeah, weird to be Hitler's wet dream. I always wanted a German Shepherd. I love German Shepherds. German Shepherds are fantastic breeds of animals, but they also have like a weird, at least to me, a connotation of like concentration camps. But that might just be my overness with my palate being German and worried about. Because when I was like 5, I don't know, I probably said this already on the podcast. But when I was like 5 years old, or whenever first grade was, my teacher like accused my grandfather of being a Nazi, and he had a German Shepherd, and my dad loved the German Shepherd, and I can't remember what the German Shepherd. I think his name was like King, but it might have been a German name. Rewrite that history book. But oh, my cat's coming now. It's like I'm my first guest star. Ollie, you were the first guest on the podcast, and he was very not into it. I understand why you people aren't into it. But yeah, just like be a good person to be a good person. Maybe that's like the whole thing. But then I'm worried. Okay, so I'm starting to read my 10 chapters, right? And I'm reading one of my favorite books, Catcher in the Rye. I was going to read an Andy Kaufman book. That might be my next one I read, because I've always wanted to read it. Andy Kaufman's a huge hero of mine. I feel like he was like a social society scientist. Like he was put on this, he might have been an alien, but he was put on this earth to test society's limits, because he did a lot of weird ass shit. Like the dude was like on Taxi, like one of the biggest shows of all time, and the dude was like wrestling women because he liked to get his dick hard. I mean, cancel culture. But he's dead. You can't cancel someone that's dead. But yeah, that's what he was like, wrestling women on national television and like cutting heel promos. Heels, bad guy in wrestling. Huge wrestling fan, by the way. And he just did everything he wanted to do. He just lived a life that was beautiful. He just lived a life that he was always the joke. The joke. It didn't matter if you were laughing at the joke. The joke was the joke. And sometimes the joke wasn't fun. I'm also drinking this. This is gonna make me, turn into a baby bird's stomach, and I can't open it. It makes me not look strong on YouTube. But he was kind of like Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald was like Andy Kaufman. To me, the joke was the joke didn't need to be funny. The joke wasn't funny. If the joke wasn't funny, that was the punchline. They gave they let you decide if it was funny or not. But to them, that was funny, and I get that. That's beautiful. That's being not funny in a funny way is an art form. Like, you watch him on Saturday Night Live, and he's doing like Mighty Mouse shit, like shit that a hack comic does. And it's fucking brilliant. Explicit, sorry, YouTube. Sorry. Miss you, YouTube. Miss you every day. But it's brilliance. It's friggin' brilliance. We don't get those people very often in life where you watch them and you're not really sure if you're in on the joke. You're not really sure if they're in on the joke. But they give you they give you a little hint. Saw my cat in the background. They give you little hints that maybe you are in that joke. Or is there a joke? Life is a joke. It really is. The more you think about it, don't think about it. That's what you need to do. You need to live your life in the moment. And that's what Andy Kaufman, Norm Macdonald, you hear stories about Norm Macdonald, and he's just friggin' brilliant. Just a brilliant dude. What a kind human being and a lost soul that the world, when people like that die, the world is missing. It's missing something. He brought something to this world. I could watch a Norm Macdonald video right now and laugh my head off, and I've seen it 1,000 times. And that's kind of like what I want to do. I want people to watch me, even if it's like 3 people watching me. Now I'm getting a spam call. I'm recording a podcast right now, spam. I can't talk to you about my car insurance that has lapsed and whatever. But that's what I want. I think that's what everyone should want. Everyone should want to bring peace and love and light into this world. Because it's a dark world we live in. It really is. It's a dark, dark world. And the world's always just trying to divide us. I mean, black, white, Spanish, Asian, I mean, we're all the same. We really are all the same when you come down to it. I mean, whoever made us just gave us a different color avatar. We're all playing the game, We're all here. Not here for a while. We're here for a little bit, but not that long. And we all need to love each other and not think, oh, that guy. Like, I'll tell you a story. So I've said the N-word twice in my life. Sometimes I use the soft A, but when I'm with, like, my friends, and, it's fun. It's a cool thing to do. I don't know if it's a cool thing, but, we'll use the soft A and just be like, because we listen to rap music. I mean, listen to rap music. But I did use the hard R once in my life, in hate. And I don't know, these ages don't really matter, but I was maybe 8, 9, maybe 10. And my father worked in for the MTA, which is the trains in New York. He was like a conductor, or so he did something with that. Maybe a dude that's like closing doors, whatever. He worked in the train department. So one night he comes home. Maybe it was a night. I think it was like Saturday morning. His whole face is like bloody, and I've heard the word before. I mean, you're growing up, you were around black people. I mean, a lot of people don't like black people. But so he came home and bleeding. I don't know why he didn't go to the hospital. My father was kind of a dummy, which I inherited most of his dumb traits. So he came home, bloody face, bloody everything, and my mom's freaking out, which she's known to do. She's like, Chuck, what the fuck you doing? What the hell happened? And he's like, Mary, someone, a bunch of kids threw a bottle in my face. I was like, oh my God, a bottle, like kids threw a bottle. And then she's like, you gotta call the cops, whatever. And he's like, no, just a bunch of kids being stupid. And he was just like, yeah, there were like 3 black kids. And I said the N-word. I said fucking N-word. I won't say I don't want to say it. But I said it in hate. I did. I was very angry. Someone hurt my father, and I love my father. And I was very angry, and I said it in hate. And very few times my father ever hit me. And that was one of them. My father struck me. And he said, don't ever say that word in front of me. And don't ever say that word when I'm not around, because I will find out and I will hit you again. And he said, those are just kids. That's not the word you use. It's just, that's an insensitive word. And it really stuck with me, because words are just words, but you have to take into consideration what words mean to other people, because you don't know. Because people can call me a kraut, cracker. Really, honestly, when you're white, you don't really have anything that's really insulting to you. Even though cracker is very, if you know the history of cracker, it is quite insulting, because they called white people cracker because they cracked the whip, and that's implying that you were a slave owner, and it's a little insensitive. But it's still, black people call me cracker all the time. I'm like, whatever, dude. Gringo, Spanish people. No, really, honestly, when you're white, a straight white man, there's really nothing you could do or say. But yeah. Well, then I found out that later on that my father was happened to be having cheating on my mother with multiple black women. So maybe that's where my attraction to black women come from. I don't know. I don't have a type, but I do find African American. Can I say black? I don't know what I'm allowed to say anymore. If black insults people, I'm sorry. Because sorry, I don't know. I don't want to insult people. I just want people to whatever. But African Americans, come on. You're not really. You've been here long enough. You're just American to me. I'm American. I'm 3rd generation. I think my great-grandfather, I could show you a picture. Do I still have that picture of my grandfather? All right, let me see. 1 second. Keep it rolling. Oh no, don't have it. Yeah. So anyway. I wish I had it. My great-grandfather has a very problematic, if you know what I mean. So I don't know what the moral of that story was, but I don't know what the moral of life is. I'm just on this train trying to figure it out, and the best you could do is just spread positive energy. Really, I've gotten into energy a lot. I've noticed the more energy I give into this universe, the more the universe gives back to me, which is a selfish thing to do, but it's also a nice thing to do. I wish it wasn't selfish, because I really don't want anything back from this world. I just want to be happy. Like that John Lennon quote, it's when he was 8, his teacher asked him what he wanted to be when he grew up, and he said happy. And she said, I don't think you understood the assignment. And then he said, I don't think you understood life. Now, did John Lennon probably say that? No. But John Lennon kind of was an asshole. To be fair, though, John Lennon was a real dick. All the Beatles are dicks. You know who's a real big dick? fucking Eric Clapton. Explicit Zoe YouTube. Eric Clapton, huge dick. Dude banged George Harrison's wife, and then not only banged his wife, had the nerve to go ahead and make a song about how bomb ass her pussy was. And like, dude, like, you fucked one of your good friend's wives, and then you were like, oh, by the way, Layla, your pussy be banging. George Harrison's like, dude, what the, dude, you like banged my wife, and now you're like, now I have to hear like, Layla. I don't know the rights to that. Don't sue me. Eric Clapton, please don't sue me. Are you Eric Clapton alive? I think so. But yeah, it's just like, dude, what? John Lennon was a dick, though. He really was. Like, I feel like a nice, well, I don't want to say nice guy. Like, but that's, the whole Beatles was a dick because water. Paul McCartney was a dick too because, first off, Wings sucks. Sorry, Paul. You were in the Beatles. Congratulations, one of the best bands of all time. But Wings sucked. So anyway, Paul McCartney's a dick because John Lennon was going through a divorce, and then Paul was like, "Oh, hold on, oh, your little son, Julian, oh, Julian, hey, Jude, don't be a like, you're writing a whole song about how John Lennon cheated on his wife, and now you're like writing a whole song, and now John Lennon's like in the background, like playing piano, and he's like, this fucking asshole right here, wrote this whole damn song about how I cheated on my wife, and now we're getting divorced, and I'm not make my son sad. This motherfucker right here, I can't wait to fucking bang some Asian pussy and leave this shit. They had a good run though, man. Honestly, if you watched, the Beatles had a great run. I don't know if anybody can name a band that had 4 great albums. Really, I mean, the Beatles had, I think they had like 5 or 6 really great albums. It's like, dude, they were like prolific, whatever that word is that I can't say. I feel like I'm a smart person, but I also don't say the words. The words don't come out so well sometimes. But yeah, Paul McCartney's a dick too, 100% dick. John Lennon was a dick. The only good one was George. I don't know, Ringo. I guess Ringo. I mean, whatever. Ringo was kind of just there. He was like, oh, hey, guys, do you think I can write one of the songs? And then they're like, okay, whatever, Ringo. He's like, hold on, I got it right here. Octopus's Garden. And they're like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? An octopus's garden? Like, dude, is he smoking something other than weed? Because this dude's like, what? And they're like, oh, yeah, it's good, Ringo, keep going. An octopus's garden. And they're like, like, what? The Beatles had some bangers, dude. Like, straight up bangers. Oh, that's gross. Don't look at that. They had some straight up bangers, but then they had some songs that you're like, what? They're like, paperback writer. I don't own any of this song, so if I sing stuff, I do have a beautiful voice. Songbird of my generation. But they don't own, they were like, paperback writer, and you're like, what? Like, no one was like, what, I want to be a paperback writer? Like, no, you're in the Beatles. Like, why would you want to be a paperback writer? My hair is looking pretty good. I'm looking like a fat Beatle right now. I'm into that. Dude, speaking of being fat, you just get insulted every day. Because everyone's like, oh, you know who you look like? And it's always Zach Galifianakis. If you're a chubby dude, it's Zach Galifianakis. Or you get like, oh, you look like, someone was like, oh, you know who you look like? And I was like, oh, no. But I'm like waiting for someone to be like, insulting. He goes, Brad Pitt. I go, huh, oh, thank you. It's like, oh no, but like, fat Brad Pitt. Like Brad Pitt if he like gained weight. I was like, you could have just stopped at Brad Pitt. Didn't have to bring weight into it. I was doing all right. We didn't have to do it. But I just get insulted. You figure like someone being 6'8" and like 300 something pounds, like people would insult me. They would think I was like a tough dude, but I must give off like pussy vibes. And I get insulted like on a daily basis. Like I'm like Larry David in like a 6'8" body. Like I just get all these weird interactions with people. Like I went to Wawa one day, and when I work, like if I do physical activities, my face gets real red. It's actually kind of red right now. I think I got like rosacea or something. That is real gross. So I walked in, and I was with my buddy, and I was real beet red. It was like maybe like the winter time, I don't remember. But I was working hard, and I get heated. And I walk up to the counter, and she goes, "Oh, honey." And I was like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Oh my God, what happened to your face? Are you all right?" And I was like, "Oh no, when I get worked up, I tend to get real red." She goes, "Oh, it looks like sunburn." I was like, "Yeah, I get it. I have little white eyes and raccoon eyes, and is that offensive? I don't know. Just a little white around my eyes, and everything else is red. Like I'm wearing sunglasses 24/7." And she goes, "Oh, wow, it looks like sunburn." I was like, "No, it's not sunburn. Sorry. It's like cloudy out. It's not sunburn." And then she goes, "Oh, it looks like it hurts." And I go, "No, it's just red. It doesn't hurt. Like, whatever." Ow, that hurt because of grossness. And then she goes, "Oh, well, it's killing me." I'm like, what the fuck is this? Explicit, sorry, YouTube. What is this, a friggin' roast battle? I didn't know I was coming. I thought I was coming into Wawa to grab a hoagie. I didn't know I was coming in to get roasted by this 90-year-old lady. And then, of course, what am I going to do? You're 90 years old working at Wawa. What am I going to roast you? What am I going to say to you? Am I going to insult you? But now you've ruined my whole life because you've roasted me in front of my friends. And now, from now into eternity, all I'm going to hear is, "Oh, remember that time where you got roasted by that old lady at Wawa?" It's a lose-lose situation for me. It's something I'll never recover from, yet you can't say anything back to him. And then I just walked away, and my buddy was like, "Did that just happen?" I said, "That happens on a daily basis. I literally get insulted every day, and I don't know what to do or say about it. I try." The universe loves to just F with me. The universe loves to F with me. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like, you would think I would be, intimidating. No one is intimidated by me. I would do horrible in prison. I would be, day one bitch. But I'd be like a good bitch, though, because I'm funny. I'm very soft. I have soft features. I'd be like a perfect bitch because you'd be like doing all the anal raping, and then it'd just be like, we'd be laughing. Well, I don't know if I'd be in a good mood if I was being anally raped every day. I think that would probably put a damper on my day. I don't use bum being anally raped. But apparently they don't rape in jail, which I found out the other day. By these two guys I worked with, they had a whole discussion about prison. And I said, well, I'm a white man. I don't know a lot about prison, but I feel like from everything I've ever seen about prison, a lot of raping. Or, hey, motherfucker, ain't no raping in jail. I'm like, wow. I don't know. I've never been to jail. Never planned to be in jail. That's kind of my goal in life, is just not go to jail. Is one of my goals is never go to jail. It doesn't seem like a nice place. It seems like a real hellhole. Doesn't seem like a fun situation to be in jail. But you do get like to exercise every day. That's nice. And then you get to like read. And then you get all the people that like go to jail and then they become like get out and they have degrees and stuff. I feel like just being in a prison, just being in your cell all day is just depressing. It's a depressing place. But yeah, no raping apparently. Great. Shawshank Redemption was a lie. But unless they were like raping guys and they were like, don't talk about the rape. First rule of prison, don't talk about rape. Don't let the rape out. But yeah, I don't want to be raped. I'd be a horrible raper. Um, I don't know if I mean, mm, not to be judgmental, but I'm glad I was born straight. Um, I just don't think like I don't even like putting my dick in a girl's butt. Butts are for pooping. Exit only for me. I can't. It's just like a gross thing. It's like you put your dick in there. It's like little poo gets on it. It has to get. There's got to be poo on your dick. And you like your poo on your dick, and then just like not a fan. Not a fan of it. It's it's just like I love gay people. Love gay people. Gay people are some of my good friends are gay people, and I love it. But yeah, dude, that's just weird. But everything about a gay relationship is very interesting to me, except for the gay sex. The gay sex is not a. I'm not a fan of that. But like, you just hang out with your bro all day, and like you bro things, and then women drive you crazy. Women drive me crazy. It's just the butt thing. It's also like getting your dick sucked by a dude, but then that probably be pretty good, because like you know what you're doing down there. You're like I know what you know feels good on me. Like when you're going down on a lady, you're like doing a little guesswork. You're like maybe a little this, a little that, a little too much fingers, not enough tongue. You know, I'm guessing. I don't know. Um, my game's a little weak because the last couple girls I've hooked up with were not a fan of dudes going down on them. I've been out of the game for a while. That's why I worry about. That's why sex. I get anxious about sex. I'm like, I want her to have a good time. That's why threesomes are never going to be good for me. But I'm worried about her having a good time, and then I feel like she's just like there having a. She's like, I don't know, like counting, looking at my watch. This dude almost over? Got shit to do. I gotta watch my stories. I don't have sex with old ladies like that, but women. I'm not opposed to it. Sorry, I got a little sniffles. That was gross. I don't know. I'm into older women, I guess, in a certain sense. I don't really have a type. Like, I'm into girls who are into me. Like, if they're like, every time like a woman's like, oh yeah, I'd totally have sex with you. I'm like, huh? What? Really? Me? Like, I don't think I'm a bad looking dude. I just don't. I'm just a little shocked when like women are like, oh yeah, I'd have sex with you. And I'm like, oh, well that's interesting. I'd have sex with you. No one's more shocked by me getting laid than me and my penis. My penis is like, oh shit, we're doing this again. I'm like, yeah, buddy. They're like, he's like, oh shit, good job, dude. Hell yeah. I'm like, you better start working. He's like, I'm ready to go. Yeah, my penis is very optimistic. My penis is a very optimistic penis. He's always like, hey, top of the morning. I don't know. Once your penis don't work, it might be a wrap for me, dude. Like like you just don't like get hard anymore. You're like, checked out. Check please. Check please. Time to go. Then you take Viagra. No, it's over. But it's that's a funny joke too, because women's sexual peak is like maybe I think I read like 15 years after us. Like our sexual peak is like from 17 to like I don't know 32, something like that. And then a woman's sexual peak is her sexual peak is usually like 35 to like 40 something or 40 to 40. Like that's her sexual prime. Dude, God's got a sense of humor. Like he's like, oh, I got this. Oh, I got this. This is gonna be funny. Watch this. I'm gonna fill you with nothing but sexual desire. Let's watch this. Oh, hey guys, when you're producing them, make those guys really horny all the time. Okay, God, we're on it. Oh, and by the way, when you're writing the book, tell them fucking's against the law. Isn't that funny? It's like you put nothing but horny thoughts in our head, and then you're like, by the way, no, we can't fuck. You can't fuck. Well, you gotta get married, but then yeah. I feel like once you get married, the sexual interest is over. That's another thing about it. It's like I feel like I love women, but it's like I don't know if I could ever be married. Like one pussy for the rest of your life. I don't know, man. I just like to go to the buffet, put a little this on my plate, put a little that on my plate, you know, a little thicken on my plate, a little thick sauce, a little skinny sauce. Short women love me. I like short women too. But I personally, I think if I was like to build, no one's perfect. First off, no one's perfect. Um, that's another thing that's really infuriating is Disney put all this delusion into women's heads about Prince Charming. Prince Charming never left Cinderella on red. He didn't fuck her and then like not call her the next day. Disney put a lot of pressure on women or men to be perfect, like Prince Charming. We're not Prince Charming, honestly. Like we're not gonna text like we'll text you like good morning, and then you give us pussy, and then we're like, are we okay? Like hey, how was your day? Um, Once you give the pussy up, it's like we turn into like we're like vampires. Like once we get that like blood in our system, we're like, all right, back to our normal state. We just ate the cheeseburger. We're not hungry anymore. We don't need to, we're begging for food. Oh, please, might have some more. And then you give us some more, and we're like, but that's not a nice thing to do. I mean, but Disney put all the pressure on us to be perfect. And then vice versa, porn put all the thing on women. Like all these girls in porn are like, 10 out of 10, not maybe 9 out of 10 out of 10, but they put all the high expectations where you gotta be skinny with big titties and a fat ass, and that's not realistic. I mean, real women have, cellulite, they have a little fat. I mean, that's normal. I mean, I don't know, but that's Hollywood. Well, let's say Hollywood / porn, but Hollywood's pretty much porn. They just don't fuck on camera. But that's just unrealistic. I mean, it's gonna be hard. I can't believe like it's hard to be a woman. Um, from a white 30-something-year-old man, it's tough being a woman. It really is. First off, it's great being a man. Great being a man. I don't have any pressure. I mean, I do have pressure, but it's not like a woman pressure. Like a woman has like a certain amount of time. Like I can have kids when I'm 40 something. Like you're on the clock. Like once you hit 27 and you're a woman, you're like, if you're not married by 30 and having a couple kids, like I was talking to this girl one time and she was like 32. This is like when I was like maybe 21, 20, and she was 32, and I was talking to her, not like sexually talking to her, but like where I was just talking to her. And she's like, oh, I'm 32. And I was just like, didn't like respond right away just because I'm awkward around women. And she goes, oh, well, I've never been married. I know you're like, I'm like, well, I wasn't judging, but I mean, I'm not Jesus or Judy. I'm not judging you. She's like, oh, I've never met the right man. I was engaged a couple times. I'm like, that's fine. I mean, that's society putting the pressure on you, not me. I mean, dude, you could be 40. I mean, I have a couple. My cousins, I mean, they were in their 40s when they got married. I mean, it all depends on you. I mean, that's just society putting the pressure on you. I mean, I'm 33, or no, I'm 34. Good Lord, I don't know how old I am. Sometimes I can guess within range, but yeah, 34, and I just don't have this. I don't have the pressure or the angst to be married. I'd like to have a kid. I think I'd be a good dad. I'm good around kids. To a certain extent. I mean, I like to like ship them off. But I do have a little pressure from my mother because my mother wants grandkids. And I think my mother deserves grandkids. I really do. I think I might just knock a girl up. I just might be a baby daddy. Is that bad? But like a good baby daddy. Not like a baby daddy like, I don't want to see that kid, yo. That's tough. Like if you have a kid and that's half you, I just want to see the half that's me. Even though the mom's crazy. That's tough for a woman, though. For real, though. I was thinking about that the other day. It's like, you have a baby daddy, and especially if it's a boy, and you have a baby daddy that you can't stand, and then every morning you wake up, and you see his face because he's gonna look like his daddy. 9 out of 10 times the boy's gonna look like the daddy. That's tough. That's like you're like, oh, little Brandon, would you like some cereal? And you look at him and you're like, damn, I fucking hate that face. I fucking hate that face. That piece of shit. And then like all the women dress their the babies like the baby daddy. You're like, oh no, you're continuing the toxic trend. Oh no. And then single moms, it's like, you know, you're dating two people. You're dating the mom and the child, and then you're like, ooh, the kid's kind of annoying, and then you have to deal with the baby daddy. I don't know why I'm whispering. Oh, by the way, this is a podcast where you have to listen. I just think that's tough. It's tough being a woman. It's tough being a dude too. But women, I have all the sympathy in the world, especially like the place where I live. It's like you're like, ooh, you need to like look inward and fix yourself, boo. I feel bad for women because you really like it's tough. It's tough because dudes will say and do anything to get pussy. It's true. We'll do and say anything. We're animals. We really are. I know I am for real. 100%. It's just how it's in our nature to be animals. We're supposed to be fucking 24/7. That's kind of why we're here. We're here to reproduce. Plus, sex is great. Sex is real good. But you know, sometimes you gotta lie. I mean, sometimes always be selling. You have to always be selling yourself. That's what dating is. Dating is like a job interview. It's will you have sex? We should just do that. We start off every date before we even go on a date, right? Honesty. Is there a chance you'll have sex with me? Now, is that a good thing to do? No. But we need to set our expectations, right? If you go on, before you go on a date, you go, what do you expect? And she goes, well, I want to be married. Okay. I could deal with maybe being married. What do you want? I'm hoping to go out on a couple dates. I think minimum 2 dates. And I would like to have sex with you. And then she goes, because within 10 seconds if you want to have sex with somebody. So why is it bad if we do that? Why do we have to go? We play all these games. We shouldn't be playing games with it. Don't be playing games with my heart, baby girl. But just we set expectations in our minds, but we don't set expectations out loud to the people that we're involved with. But yeah, women just love toxic dudes, and then men I like toxic women. I think, yeah, it's just bad. We're all doing a vicious cycle. This is a vicious cycle. We're cranberries. Yeah, women. I mean, like sex for a man is great, but women, I don't. If I was a woman, I don't know if I'd have sex with a man. There's only bad things that can happen. You might have an orgasm, but most of the time you don't. And then you have the threat of being pregnant. That's 9 months of horribleness, and then 18 years of what if you have a shitty child? Dudes, there's no pressure. I mean, we just go in there with the expectation of getting laid, and then we get laid. And then, if we have kids, I mean, most dudes just leave their kids. That's the saddest thing, I think, is dudes that just abandon their child. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could do that at all. I just think it's tough. It's tough being a woman. It really is. I'm just going to keep saying that because that's really how I feel. So we're at 44 minutes. I'm going to call this. I'm going to drink. Let's have a drink this week. First off, to family, to friends. Just be thankful. I want you to wake up every day until Thanksgiving, and what's tomorrow? Say something you're thankful for. Do something positive. Hug your family a little harder on Thursday. And let's have a drink this week to single moms. Like, y'all killing it. Like, I don't know how you do it. That's a lot of energy. But yeah, peace, love, and understanding. I love you all. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you really find it funny. Tell a friend. Tell 2 friends. Tell 3 friends. You know what? Tell 2 friends. And then they'll tell 2 friends. And if you don't, whatever. I'm just gonna keep doing it. I like doing it. Alright. Oh, by the way. Fuck Hitler. Bye!